Hey everyone, this is Kevin T. Rodriguez, film critic of iCritic.net and shareholder in Helios and Matheson. And I've kind of enjoyed not making MoviePass videos for the most part this week. I enjoyed spreading my wings, talking about other things. And, one of those things where it's like if there's less news with this company, sometimes that's good news. But all the while, there was something amiss. You know that feeling when you kind of go like, it's quiet. Too quiet. And you wonder what's going on. In fact, even Sherlock Holmes, in one of his famous stories, talked about a dog. And he said the dog didn't bark that night. And Watson, of course, asks, what's suspicious about that? And he's like, well, the fact that the dog didn't bark is suspicious. So we've had almost a whole week of nothing news related about MoviePass or their parent company, Helios and Matheson, other than the fact that their stock went from 3 cents to 2. But today they dropped a big one. A big one. And I think this is definitely a sign that MoviePass is not going to be the same company next year if they're still around. And they're definitely burning a lot of bridges, and they probably are very financially strapped, and that's why they're doing it. But this one's going to hurt. And for the record, this one's going to also affect me. So, needless to say, I'm not terribly happy about this. Now, a lot of you have sent me emails about this, saying that they got this email, and I have not gotten the email about the subject we're going to talk about today. Therefore, I am trusting that Michael Johnson on the MoviePass Helios and Matheson stock chatter forums, he said he copied this email. I'm assuming and trusting he did not change anything. I see no reason why he would. So let's look about what the email says. We want to thank you for being a loyal member to our annual MoviePass plan. Your commitment to MoviePass has contributed to making our vision for an accessible and affordable moviegoing experience a reality. After experimenting with different models and options, we believe that our current monthly plan captures the need of our community and probably their bottom line. I'm adding that one myself. Keeping prices low while continuously striving to offer a wider selection of films. And now comes the bombshell. This is what everyone's talking about. As of today, aligned with Section 2.4 of our Terms of Use, your annual subscription plan will now allow you to see 3 movies a month instead of the previous unlimited offerings. And you'll receive up to a $5 discount on any additional movie tickets purchased. This is a current standard plan now in effect for all current and new subscribers. Unless you choose to cancel your subscription prematurely, your plan will continue within these guidelines through the end of your annual contract. Additionally, in making these adjustments to our annual plans, we intend to expand our offering of blockbuster and independent films so you can discover a wider variety of films. If this new plan no longer aligns with your viewing preference, we completely understand and would be happy to offer you a refund for the remainder of your annual subscription. If you choose to cancel, please make sure to press the cancellation button below. By doing so, you will receive a prorated refund and your annual subscription will be canceled. Cancellation will also prevent you from signing up for MoviePass again for the next 9 months. Please note you have until 8/31, 2018 to complete this process. And for the record, that 8/38 does not seem to be limited to this person. This is the date that has been given for everyone, and I only know that because my dad got this email and confirmed that's the date. So, cancel subscription. If you choose to remain a MoviePass member under this new plan, you don't need to take any further action. Note that there will be no additional charges for the remaining time of your annual subscription, except for additional movie tickets purchased beyond your 3-month allotment. The new plan's movie allotment for this month works as follows. Because you began your annual subscription on August 17th, any movie you saw on or past August 17th will count towards this month's allotment of movies. So maybe that's why I haven't gotten this email yet. Maybe because my annual pass started on the 13th or the 14th, something like that. And maybe I gotta wait till next month before I get put on the new plan. I don't know. But that suggests that might be why you haven't. Not everyone has gotten their emails. If you have already used your 3 movies for this month, you will still be allowed to purchase additional movies at a discount. Obviously, we're going to talk about that. Your new plan will allow you to see both blockbuster and independent films, choose from a rotating selection of films daily, accessible via our online schedule, buy additional tickets with discounts up to $5. Discounts will vary depending on your location and movie title selection. Watch at 91% of movie theaters in the U.S. Get invites to special events and screenings. We hope you choose to stay part of our MoviePass community as we revolutionize the movie-going industry together. Which, I mean, I guess they're going to add that, but honestly, I'm pretty sure they're expecting no one's going to stick with them. At least none of the annual pass holders. Because that is definitely, that just sucks. There's no way around this. This definitely sucks. And I'm not happy about it one bit. I mean, as a shareholder, yeah, of course, I'm going to understand it, but... And here's one of the things. I felt MoviePass might have been able to maintain some loyalty if they did right by the annual subscribers. But they're not going to get any loyalty from that. And maybe they don't want that. Because I have noticed that on average, the annual pass holders were way, way more abusive on the system than anyone else. And I think it must be because they know how much they're paying up front. They want to make sure they at least get that much, and they want to get more. When I worked at Disneyland, the people we hated were the premium pass holders. We actually called them premium pain in the assers when I worked at Disneyland. Because the premium pass holders bought these expensive passes, and they truly are expensive. They back then, they were $300, $400, which was expensive. Now they're $1,000, and they'd come and they'd make these most unreasonable demands. They would go every single day, and we just hated them. We hated having to deal with them. And I'm sure MoviePass is kind of that same boat. I think they tried for a PR move to stay with the annual passers. But the annual pass people tend to use it the most. And some of them are even being a little mean about this. I'm not saying this is everyone, but I have read at least 2 people, maybe 3 even, who said, we're an annual pass holder. Since we are not blocked out, we are going to make it a point to use it for every single day to help drive this company out of business even faster. So some people are just jerks about it. But that said, and that's really all the credit I'm going to give them, this is not a good thing that they did. This is why you do the annual pass, to lock in those rates. And because you paid for a year up front, that is why you have the rates. They stay the same. They do kind of act like they're doing you a favor by saying, hey, you can cancel if you don't like this, and we will prorate you, which for most people that'll probably be $15, maybe $20, considering how close we are to most of these annual memberships ending. But they're not offering that out of the goodness of their heart, and I bet you a lot of people will take them up on that offer to get a refund. They're doing that because they have to. When you pay annually, the terms have to stay the same. What they have pointed out, in fact, let's look at what they're talking about. 2.4 in the terms of service. MoviePass reserves a right to change or modify the service or subscriptions at any time and in its sole discretion, including but not limited to applicable prices at any time without prior notice. MoviePass reserves the right to change the rules of moviegoing attendance and ticket availability to members in connection with the service at any time. MoviePass reserves the right to change from time to time the number of eligible movies a member can see per month. MoviePass reserves the right to offer members a new price option if they exceed watching a certain amount of movies per month. And, okay, but the reason they're offering you the refunds is because when you pay for it up front, well, that's still a little bit of a legal gray area, especially when you buy the annual membership to lock in those rates or those terms. And they have completely changed it and blindsided people as they changed it. So they're offering a refund. And not that I necessarily recommend people do this, But I guess I'm just going to throw it out there. You can probably get your MoviePass subscription canceled through MoviePass. And if you go to Costco, maybe they won't know. Maybe they will give you a refund too. Costco seems to be doing pretty good by refunding people. They, don't want their reputation to be taken down by this. So who knows? I think MoviePass, even if they recover from this, I think they've lost Costco as a partner. But, well, what do I think of this? I'm not surprised, to be perfectly honest. I actually suspected this was coming. MoviePass has made something really abundantly clear recently. During this time of transition, they don't want what has been nicknamed the hogs. The hogs are the people who just use this thing to death. They made it a point to see every movie. And you know what? Hey, if you're one of those people, you know what? That's fine. You know what? I'm going to concede. Technically, they gave you the right to do it. And I know you can be upset. But when you say things like, well, I'm not going to sign for MoviePass again, you know what? They really don't want your business. I think that's been made abundantly clear. They just don't want it. So, I mean, on other news fronts, they were starting to show some signs of improvement. They were even, next week, starting to open up from 6 movies you could choose for a few days to 9 movies, which supports my theory that sometime in mid-September, eventually that thing will be gone. But I think MoviePass intended to try to honor the annual agreements, but then enough people started just using it way more often because, hey, use it as much as you can before it's gone. And they're just not in the financial position to do it. So they just cut it off. And it's they know it's going to look bad. They know they're going to piss off a lot of people. I was talking to someone today who was very, very upset, asking if you should cancel or not. And guys, I can't tell you what to do. Of course, I'm not canceling because it's already paid off. And I got way more than his money's worth. It's not worth it for me to cancel. For what, $20? Come on, give me a break. I'm not going to do that. But you might feel differently. And also, I've got the time to do the hack. When I see the schedules, I've got time to not only pick which days to see certain movies if I want, I can go see them early. I just can. But I know a lot of people will cancel, and at this point, it's true that MoviePass wants that. They want to get rid of the hogs. They don't care if they piss you off at this point. And that's just the reality. That's not even me apologizing. I think that sucks. I think they should, if they are financially able to do it, keep honoring the annual agreements. Let me make that absolutely clear. I don't agree with this. Even as a shareholder, I don't agree with this. We were doing so well with everything stabilizing and people not being bad. Because what MoviePass needs right now, they need people to get used to the 3 movie a month plan. And they need the media they need the bad stories to stop. Bad news stories helps out Kim Kardashian. They don't help out MoviePass. And after a week of it being silent, and people were kind of just getting used to it, and people were moving on, they pulled this stunt. It really just reinforces the notion that, hey, what are they going to change tomorrow? And they can't live off that. It's not a good deal right now. It just isn't. Do I recommend you cancel? You know what? That's really up to you. I'm not going to get canceled. I will see where we are at the end of the annual membership before I decide to whether I want to renew or not. Most of my movies I've been seeing with AMC stubs and Cinemia, although Cinemia has been doing their own throttling, as you know, if you've seen my videos recently. I hope MoviePass restructures successfully because really I don't see there's only 2 more things they can do to save any more money at this point. Number 1, cut out AMC theaters, which they probably should do because AMC is clearly not going to work with them, so you might as well just not give them another cent of your money. That would open up to all the other theaters and they could have more showtimes. And then the other thing they can do is they can just close shop. And someone actually even said, yeah, if they don't have any aces up their sleeves, they might as well fold. They're looking more and more embarrassing. And I agree. But I'm not canceling my MoviePass. I'll let you decide whether you want to cancel. I'm sure a lot of you will tell me. The question, of course, I have, and I actually had to scrap this video for this, so I actually have to refilm this video is whether or not MoviePass will actually lose a lot of subscribers. So the video that I didn't upload today, that's going to go up Monday, except I'm going to redo it, of course. And that's the question, is how many subscribers. They'll probably lose all the annuals. But again, they probably don't want the annuals anymore. And my dad has pretty much accepted that. Yeah. They're not going to change anything. Now, here's one thing that I especially did not agree with this one. Many people have written to me and they said that they had already used up their 3 movies for the month because they sprung this on them, and if they saw 3 movies or more, they considered the allotment taken. Now, do I think this is a slight overreaction? To be frank, yeah, just a little. Not because I'm a MoviePass apologist, but because at least when this goes up, it's August 25th, 1 week. You got to wait 1 week before you see another movie. Hardly the end of the world, but that is still a very scummy thing to do. And that is pretty much not defendable in my opinion. It's just not. Whether or not the people are overreacting to it is kind of besides the point. That they really should not have done. That actually would have been a smoother transition because, hey, you have a whole week to see 3 more movies, and then come September 1st, you can see 3 more movies. That would have transitioned much, much smoother, but they decided not to do that. So anyway, that's where I'm going to leave it. I've talked about this enough, so I thought I was going to be making less MoviePass videos. I guess I'm going to be making a few more. What do you think about this? I'd love to know. Comment below. Like, favorite, share, subscribe. If you enjoy my videos, consider becoming a Patreon member. It's totally optional, but even as little as $1 a month goes a long way to helping the channel run smoothly. As always, flame responsibly. Have a good one. You disappoint me sometimes.